Okay, self-doubt. That's what I'm talking about today. And I think if I went out and asked 100 people if there was some area or something in their life right now that they were feeling a level of self-doubt in, I think the majority of them would answer yes, they are, including myself. So the first thing I want to say is that you're not alone in this, even though it's something where you might feel alone. You're not. And the second thing I want to say is that having self doubt, it doesn't mean that you're not ready for something or you can't do it. It usually just means that you're growing. So when you start to see it with like that this is about growth rather than there's something wrong with me, then I think it allows it to lose some of its power over you. And self doubt can show up in different ways and in different areas. But some of the things that might be going on in your head, like some of the thoughts you might be having, are things like, who am I to do this? Or I should have this figured out by now. Or even, you know, oh, why bother? I'm probably going to fail at this anyway. So those are some of the thoughts. And then some of the feelings are like the feelings of fear. And usually the fear is about that you're not going to be enough in some way. Or procrastination is another way, another feeling that you might have. But for me, the way I deal with self doubt is any way that I feel I can prepare, if there's any step or preparation I can take that will get me in a position to be as successful as I can, then I will do that first. But secondly, I will just tell myself, I know every person on this planet feels self doubt. So it's totally normal to feel whatever I'm feeling. Anything new or different, our brain doesn't like that. It gets alarmed because our brain likes the familiar. That means safety to it. So I just start telling myself, of course I'm going to feel this way. But that's irrelevant. That feeling is irrelevant. And then I just take one tiny step in the direction that I know I can move. And then I follow that up by the next natural step. And I just repeat that process. And eventually, slowly, I will gain more confidence and I will definitely gain more clarity along the way. So it's not really one big thing that typically shifts, it's more of an incremental micro shift repeated over time. So that's the way I move through it. But one of the things I want to do with this channel is kind of be a curator of content, not only to give you my personal insights, but to link to other people's content as well. And so today I'm going to recommend 2 YouTube videos that I thought might be helpful. I will link them in the description below. But the first one is about obviously self-doubt. And this one offers 5 transformative strategies to help you break free from this. And this one is short, it's like 6 minutes long. And I thought it had some good tips that might be helpful. So check that one out. The second resource is a TED Talk about imposter syndrome. And I thought this TED Talk was hilarious. It is hilarious. And it's not only helpful, but it's hilarious. The third one is a podcast from Brene Brown's Dare to Lead podcast. It's an interview with Dr. Pippa Grange. She's a sports psychologist. She works really closely with the Football Association. For us Americans, that would be soccer. I think she worked with the England team for the World Cup for 2018. But this is actually the first time I've ever heard her speak. And she is amazing. It's an interview with her. She's so incredibly wise. This interview is probably around an hour long, but it's super good. And she really gets into it around the 20-minute mark. So if you don't have much time, check it out from that point. But I highly recommend listening to her. And she's written a book called Fearless with a dash in between fear and less. I liked her so much, I downloaded the book. I haven't read it yet. I'm sure I'll probably be recommending it to you. But I think anything that she says is probably going to be really helpful. So I highly recommend that podcast. And then lastly, a book I would recommend is called The Confidence Gap. It's a guide to overcoming fear and self-doubt. It's by Russ Harris. And this book has kind of got a take on how to build confidence through action. It's a good book if you've been waiting until you feel ready to do something. So I would check that out. So these are some of the other resources I would recommend for anything on self-doubt. If you want more information on this topic, you can go to my website. You can sign up for my website is youareunstoppable.com. You can sign up for my newsletter. Once or twice a month, I'm going to be putting out my my most recommended resources in a newsletter with different topics. So all the resources I just mentioned right now in this video will be in the description below, but they are also in my newsletter on that website, youareunstoppable.com, on the newsletter archive titled Self-Doubt. So I hope this helps, guys, and just remember, you are unstoppable.